Welcome back to Chevy's Inside High School Sports. I'm Matt Musil. As we continue to reflect on the 2017 season, we'd like to bring special attention to the volleyball program at Friendswood High School. Not only did they have an outstanding season on the court, they also played a big role in their community. We learn more now in this week's Chevy Spotlight. Coming into the 2017 season, the Friendswood Mustangs volleyball team had high expectations. A talented senior class was looking at winning a district title and then a long run through the playoffs. And if everything came together, a shot at a state championship.
We got started off on a really good foot. Within the first 2 weeks, we were doing really well. And then the hurricane came.
Hurricane Harvey quickly changed the perspective of the girls, who went from domination on the court to helping clean up the devastation of a storm that ravaged the greater Houston area.
We were actually at a tournament and we had got news that school was going to be canceled the next day. We didn't really know what to expect, but when it got here and the devastation occurred, we were put back a couple of weeks. We weren't able to practice for a full week, so instead the girls got out into the community.
Friendswood was hit especially hard. Ziana Dalla is a senior setter, and her house was one of those hardest hit. The heavy water damage throughout the house was more than the family could take on alone. It didn't take long for her to find out that she wouldn't have to bear the burden by herself.
It was really, really nice because I remember getting a text from all of them being like, Ziana, if you need anything, just text us, call us, do whatever. And I remember having to text them for the littlest thing, like picking up this huge carpet rug thing that we had that we just couldn't pick up, just me, my mom, and my dad. And so it was really nice to just have them basically on call for me.
That type of support extended beyond teammates and into the entire Friendswood community. For a little over a week, volleyball took a back seat to disaster recovery.
It was pretty bad. It was like a scene out of a movie. We had, I think they said about a third of our entire community was flooded. Our principal, a lot of the coaches, about a third of our program kids. The school wasn't affected, luckily, so that helped us a lot. But we couldn't get out, no one could get in. It was devastation.
For our team, we kind of put our community before us. We kept on saying we're going to win this for our community and how devastated it was. That was a major influence for us, was how we needed to do this for our community and for our school, really, to show how we are at the top.
We couldn't practice for about a week and a half, and getting back in the gym was crazy, but it wasn't just us sitting on our feet. We were around helping the community, helping girls on the team, doing all we could, even though we couldn't be in the gym. We were trying to do stuff as a team and get everything back to normal.
Once the season resumed, Friendswood lived up to the hype and potential that surrounded the team. A district championship and a trip to the third round of the playoffs was the kind of success that each had hoped for going into the season.
Through district, we were undefeated. That was our plan for the year. I mean, preseason was all right, but our goal was district champions, and that's what I wanted as my senior year. We finished it off undefeated.
I think that we did pick it up pretty quickly here, and we knew that we had to be kind of like a beacon of hope for the town and community, and for them to be able to look to us and kind of forget about everything that's going on in Friendswood.
I was definitely pleased. We came back and we had, I think, maybe a week to get prepared for district. Our first game that we played was a day after we had practiced, and it was a little shaky. We ended up winning that game, and then we had to reschedule a ton of games. So we on a whim, got a really good competitor against the game against the Woodlands, and we competed really well against them. And then we went into district that next, within about 4 or 5 days of coming back to practice.
The hurricane brought with it the most adverse of situations, the kind that no teenagers should have to endure. But through it all, the girls learned some valuable lessons that will stay with them for a lifetime.
What I learned from it is to take nothing for granted. You don't know, one day you could have a car and the next day you can have no clothes, no school bag, no volleyball, no nothing. And we were just thankful enough that the water did not get into our school with our wood floors. We just got them redone. Our school is one of the older ones in the district, so we were expecting water, but thankfully everything worked out well.
It's not a life lesson that you would ever want. I mean, maybe not in this way, but I think just how much they can contribute to somebody. They worked hard, they were dirty, they were cleaning stuff up, and they did it without question. And they, in this day and age, kids are kind of involved with themselves, and they really did a lot for others, and without even second guessing it. They just went out and they did it.
All right, when we come back, we'll hear from our good friend Adam Coleman of the Houston Chronicle. Stay right there.